You're going through a hard time right now. Let me ask you a question. Does it feel like this is going to last forever? Of course it does. That's what it feels like when we're in the middle of our problems. But guess what? It won't last forever. This too shall pass, and what I want to do is share with you 5 steps that will help you get out of this rut that you're in. Step number 1 is find your corner. We all need a place where we can be vulnerable. If you are a man, you may not think it's okay to cry or be vulnerable. I remember growing up watching movies, and whenever something sad happened, my mom would always tell me, "Hey, let it out." And I was like, "Mom, I'm a man." And she said, "That doesn't matter. Everyone needs to express their emotions." So find someone where you can express your emotions, whether it's a friend, family member, therapist, counselor, pastor, or whoever that you can be vulnerable with, because vulnerability is the first step to moving forward. So find your corner where you can just be you and let it all out. Maybe you just want to listen to some music. Whatever it is, find your corner. The second thing I want to say is lean into the discomfort. I remember the first time my wife and I had an argument. I don't even know why we were arguing. We were just young, in love, dating each other, and I was so mad. And I remember getting in my car after the fight and just driving around. And there was this one song that kept playing in my head. And the lyrics said, "When you feel like giving up, when you feel like it's not worth it, when you feel like quitting, when you feel like you're done, lean into the discomfort, lean into the discomfort." And then I realized, wow, sometimes we have to lean into the discomfort. Sometimes we have to go through the hard times, because that's where we learn the most. My wife and I, after that first fight that we had, every fight that we've had since then has gotten better and better and better, because we learned how to communicate. So lean into the discomfort, because that's where the growth is. That's where you're going to learn the most. And if you can embrace that mindset, that'll help you get through this hard time that you're going through. Now, the third step is focus on what you can control. You may not be able to control the situation that you're in, but you can control your reaction to the situation. You can control how you choose to respond. There was this one professor that I had at a university. He always used to say, "You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails." So focus on what you can control. In the book Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, she talks about how we have to choose how we respond to situations. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. So, for example, if you're going through a hard time financially right now, you can't control the fact that you may have lost your job, but you can control how you respond. Instead of just sitting around and doing nothing, why not take this time to learn a new skill? Why not take this time to reach out to people in your network to see if there are any opportunities? Or maybe there are side hustles that you can start. What are some things that you can do to increase your income during this time? Even if you don't have a job, what are some ways that you can make money? Focus on what you can control. You can't control the situation that you're in, but you can control how you respond. The fourth thing I want to say is have gratitude. When I was younger, I used to complain about everything. But then I remember my mom telling me, you can either choose to be a victim or you can choose to be grateful. So instead of being a victim, why not choose to be grateful? Whenever you wake up in the morning, think about all the things that you're grateful for. Think about your blessings. Gratitude is the best way to shift your mindset from negative to positive. So, for example, if you're going through a hard time financially right now, instead of complaining about the fact that you don't have enough money, why not take a moment to appreciate the fact that you have a roof over your head? You have food to eat, you have clothes to wear, you have people who love you. Gratitude is the best way to shift your mindset from negative to positive. So whenever you're going through a hard time, always remember to have gratitude. Appreciate the little things in life, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get through this. And the fifth step is, know that this too shall pass. Everything is temporary. The good times are temporary and the bad times are also temporary. So don't let this get to you. Remember, this too shall pass. I remember reading this one book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and he talks about how he went through some of the hardest times in his life in a concentration camp. And he says, everything can be taken from a man, but the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. So no matter what you're going through, remember you always have a choice. You always have a choice on how you're going to respond, how you're going to react. So keep that in mind. Know that this too shall pass. Don't let this get to you. Remember, everything is temporary. So these are 5 steps that will help you get through this hard time. Find your corner, lean into the discomfort, focus on what you can control, have gratitude, and lastly, know that this too shall pass. Now I want to leave you with one last quote. This quote is from the book The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. He says, we must all suffer from the shock of our circumstances, but some people are knocked out by these blows of fate and never quite recover. Others, broken but not defeated, pick themselves up and they say, no, I won't allow this to defeat me. They turn the experience into the defining event of their lives. This is the central division between those who merely survive and those who truly live. So remember, no matter what you're going through, don't let this defeat you. Pick yourself up and say, I won't allow this to defeat me. Turn this experience into the defining moment of your life. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I post new videos every single week. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.